Good morning, everybody. Buddy Webb here, Midland, Texas. I'm going to do a short video, and this one is concerning the murder of 13-year-old Hailey Dunn, famous missing murdered child, and its connection to the underground facility. Okay, and there is a connection, and basically, I got the idea from this. I got a comment on posted in public where a guy says, I brought up Jackie Thompson's involvement to the people still investigating, and they said he had long been ruled out. And I question everybody, but I question that comment because what I know is that the jurisdiction has changed multiple times on the people investigating. And I know there's a lot of evidence, and for many years, the jurisdiction was the Scurry County DA's office. And I personally talked to the investigator that was investigating. So I don't know if this guy is trying to go, he's ruled out because of the Scurry County DA's office, or we're talking about the FBI, we're talking about the Texas Rangers, or if it's really more this cover-up of the underground facility. And so I'm going to do a short video. I'm going to show you, the evidence. I've only been the messenger on this Hailey Dunn case. And basically what happened was, of course, I'm shot inside my home after reporting a suspected tunnel to the DEA, reporting multiple burglaries in my house, and then somebody under my home shoots me, And then, these police are caught on camera. I can't get them identified. I have to offer a reward. Takes 6 years. Never happened before in the history of America. It's unprecedented public corruption is what's going on, and documented as fact. And the press is a party to covering up these crimes, which it looks like includes multiple murders connected to this $1 million underground facility or facilities. Okay. But I can't tell the whole story right here. This is basically having to do with Hailey Dunn and the underground facility, okay, and specifically Jackie Thompson, okay, this Odessa police officer, former Odessa police officer. And so that's really what I run. Where I started was in March 14th, 2013, I wrote the Department of Justice, emailed them, Safe Child Project, and I suggested that somebody come here, and they look in the underground facility, said by multiple people, be near my house, for clues in the disappearance of the still missing Hailey Dunn. She was famous, and she was still missing at that time. 2 days later, her remains are found in Scurry County. That's over by Big Springs here, at an hour away from where I'm at in Midland. And so, she'd been missing for over 2 years. And as soon as I write the Department of Justice and I suggest they come here and they look here, underground here, I was, oh, we found her. Don't go to Buddy's house. Nobody go to Buddy's house. We got her now, It's like, what? 2 years, and all of a sudden, as soon as I suggest they come here, and then, oh, we found her, well, that's what I'm talking about. That's highly suspicious, right? It's what's going on. Well, let's make it even a little more suspicious here, is now more than a half dozen people are documented as saying that Hailey was overdosed, killed, and or buried over in Odessa. Okay, that's Ector County, okay? Her remains are found in Scurry County 2 days after I wrote the Department of Justice. I'm going to show you that email, okay? And so you can take that as a fact, and of course that didn't prove anything. All it does is say that 2 days after I suggested somebody look here, then her remains are found over there, okay? And so then here some of the evidence, some of the different people's statements, recorded statements and screenshots, was a drug rehab counselor named Kristi Otts. She contacted me on YouTube. I didn't contact her. I didn't even know her. She contacted me, and she's a reputable witness as far as I'm concerned. Just got out of college. She's a degreed professional, and she tells me, I've got the messages, where she got the confession of Hailey Dunn from a client to come in named Bret Bushman. It's unknown if this Bret Bushman is related to the super wealthy Bushmans over in Odessa that used to own CBS 7, the MCML Agante, A1 mobile homes, all that. That's unknown. And it's also unknown why CBS 7 has never reported all this evidence, and so then we're still unanswered questions. But anyways, Kristi then contacts me on Facebook under an alternate name. She goes on Facebook as Allison Mack is the name she used, but Kristi contacts me there and describes how there's a long message, it was very detailed, how the mom traded the daughter for $135 worth of meth, and then they bent her and broke her and put her in a box and buried her on a ranch outside of Odessa. That's in this message. I'm going to show you a part of that, okay, that Bret Bushman told Kristi Otts, okay. And so that's been there. I posted that many times in the public. Well, and then another piece of evidence, or that I've ran across in this, is this recorded phone call that was posted to the internet between a Hailey Dunn blogger and a woman named Allison, and she was had a child with a gang member a former gang member or something over in Odessa, and this. And he supposedly confessed to her. She tells this story on this phone call. This is posted on the internet, and I'm gonna let you listen to a part of that conversation, and specifically the part where she says that Hailey was buried in the backyard of Jackie Thompson, and the Hailey Dunn blogger goes, "Who's Jackie Thompson?" Said he was an Odessa police officer. He was a cop over in Odessa. And he's now in prison on drug charges. Okay, so I'm going to let you listen to that. And then we go to the internet, and you can Google it yourself and look up Jackie Thompson. You'll find the story. He was busted for dealing pounds of meth. He wasn't just snorting a line. We're talking pounds of meth, and this was a cop. Okay, and that's who Allison said that he was. Well, just recently, it was found out from another person that's a friend to Jackie Thompson. He says, I've been to his ranch many times. He didn't do it. And I was going, whoa, he owns a ranch? That's when I remembered what Kristi said, right? That Bret said, that she was buried on a ranch. And then I find out that Jackie Thompson owned a ranch, I thought, wow, that's interesting. Okay, I'm starting to put these dots together here, And so then I posted on that, and then the sister of Jackie Thompson's real hateful, and attacking me, and I'm the messenger trying to solve the murder of a child, and her brother's a cop drug dealer that deals pounds of meth, and she's attacking me personally. And so, but anyways, once she says something very interesting, I'm going to show you this message too. She says, if for any reason that the remains of Hailey are found at Jackie's house, then he didn't know anything about it. I thought that's an odd thing to say. That's almost like excuse making, like that she was buried out there. It's what it seemed like to me anyway. And I'm going to let you see that. And so, many people are asking here, that if what really happened here is I contacted the Department of Justice or contacted law enforcement, suggested that they look here and for clues in the disappearance. And so if they had to follow up on that, then they were going to expose the underground facility, which is believed to have been hosting the oil show prostitution parties, and where a little girl was murdered in 2010, and all the people that are involved in that, and that incredible cover-up. As I said a while ago, there was I think 15 police that were not named for 6 years. The crime victim, myself, had to pay. I had to save up disability money and pay to get police identified like they're the Gestapo, and this was Nazi Germany, and they're the secret police. Literally. It's absurd amount of public corruption, and the press is being a party to covering it up, not telling the public what's going on. And so that's where I'm wondering if that's where the connection is Hailey was dug up in the backyard of a ranch, Jackie Thompson's, moved to Scurry County because of my email, because they didn't want to come here and expose the underground facility. And there was one last thing that I want to mention here, is that in 2010 with the oil show party murder, and I have videos on that about the young girl that was murdered for refusing to prostitute. The question has been asked if Hailey's mom, Billy, was at that party, okay, and or if Hailey was at that party. And the reason that the question's asked is because my friend that was ordered to work, along with a lot of other people, the one that told me about the young girl that was murdered for refusing to prostitute, that it would make sense that all the strippers in the area were also ordered to work the same party. And Billy Dunn, the mother of Hailey, was a stripper. That's something else that the news has conveniently left out, you know. And multiple people have confirmed that Billy's mom was a stripper. And I think strip clubs might be somewhere you'd meet people, you know, that deal meth, right? That would make sense. And so, but it would just make sense that Billy was also ordered to work during that week of the old show, that she was there in the underground facility where the girl was murdered. And maybe she was taking 13-year-old Hailey Dunn, because I have another message from a woman, says, I have it from a good source, that Billy was taking Hailey to the strip club with her, that she would stay in the room while Billy worked the pole. And so I didn't put that in this video. Anyways, you know, that's some things I want to throw out there and to think about. And then I'm going to show you pictures of a woman recently said, go to Google Maps and look up your address. And I did. And to my surprise, there's this large facility shown in the backyard on the block map. And you switch over to the satellite map, you don't see it. So above ground, you don't see it. But there's a large facility in my backyard. And I've got a woman recorded saying there's 4 3-bedroom underground homes, cost over $1 million a piece. Other people documented talking about underground facilities. That's where it's believed these prostitution parties going. And probably what is going on is these oil field companies, these oil companies, billion-dollar companies, might be involved in this cover-up, bribing public officials, bribing police, etc. Because just think what it'd do with the stock market if it found out they had people that was at a party, right, that there was forced prostitution of children and they're murdering them. You know, I mean, I'm sure that that's something they don't want to be made public. And then it's probably going to come back to being tied to the suspected murder of the last guy that lived here. And then when I moved into town, you know, 2 years, and then made my first report that somebody's breaking my house and all that, and next thing you know, I get shot. And so anyways, I'm gonna show you this evidence, and you know, and you know, and I think this is you know, could lead to solving these crimes. And y'all take a look at it. Let me know what you think. Buddy Webb.
It's where what?
I think the police are trying to figure out where else the body was done.
The body was also at Jackie Thompson's backyard.
Who is Jackie
And I don't
Thompson?
know where Jackie Thompson was a police officer in Odessa, Texas, but he got arrested a few years back on dope charges. He was a police officer.
And he knew about Hailey?